Hello, beautiful, amazing beings. My name is Wendy Groves, and I am here with the marvelous Cynthia Stadd. And we are here on this video with you because I want to share this amazing woman and my incredible experience that I had working with her. I called her up and I said, please, what can we do so that I can share you with the world? And she said yes, and here we are, and I'm so excited.
Like you asked me to marry you. Well, thank you, Wendy. I'm so glad you asked me to do this because what a cool way to just talk about the experience and what we did together and the program that you went through. For those of you obviously who don't know, Wendy went through my 4-month Eat Empowered private program. And it's, well, I don't know, maybe you can characterize it, Wendy. What were the major lanes of it for you?
I mean, truly, it was the whole package. I mean, it was this unique and incredible combination of the eating psychology, the nutrition, and then this powerful spiritual and coaching that you brought to it as well, Cynthia. And really, it transformed everything about the way that I did food in my life. And I know that that's your sweet spot. For anybody out there who is looking to have a fun and peaceful relationship with food, like really think about that for a second. A fun and peaceful relationship with food, it is possible because I'm living proof of that. And it's because I worked with Cynthia.
Thank you for that. So where were you when we started? Like what was going on for you that had you in deep pain to reach out to me in the first place and want some coaching and counseling and help around this whole food, body, weight area of your life?
Well, Cynthia, like so many of the people watching this has been a struggle for me since I was really young. I grew up having a struggle around food, my body image, what kind of exercise to do or not do, when to eat, what kinds of foods, what I should look like, what I shouldn't look like. It was always this back and forth and up and down. And even if I found things that helped a little bit, I usually always found myself back in the space of looking for the next thing again to try again. And like, I know that so many of you can relate, it gets frustrating and you get tired.
Is that because your weight was going up and down so much, like physically around your weight?
Definitely that was a piece of it. I had a lot of fluctuation in my weight, but also, Cynthia, on the inside, I was getting tired because of the struggle. Even if I tried to accept the way my body looked on the outside, there was this struggle that was going on the inside because there just wasn't any peace around food.
So the programs that you tried, the diets that you tried, the protocols, the plans, they might have given you some sense of control for a little while, as most of them do, but it only went so far.
Absolutely, it only went so far, and then I was always back in that spot. Absolutely, and you came at such an amazing time in my life where I was willing to set aside my own expertise, because we've all become an expert in our own right, with all the different programs we've been through and the things that we've done. And I decided to set that aside and let you in. And it was one of the most incredible decisions I've ever made.
Well, I actually remember, it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I remember when we started, you shared with me that you were really skeptical to yet hire another counselor type person, go through another program, spend money on this whole food, diet, weight, body, health realm, because you had been, you'd done quite a bit of that before. And you shared with me that you had a lot of resistance around that, mainly because you were pretty educated nutritionally. You've read a lot of books, you've done a lot of stuff. You know, you had this sense of, I know what to do. And you were really skeptical. Like you say, you had a lot of knowledge, you had a lot of nutritional truths. So how did we get past that? I don't even remember how we got past that. To put it
Oh,
aside and dive in and say, yes, okay, this is the next piece in my journey. This is the next part to getting me to where I truly want to be, which is truly living in peace within my own skin and within my own body, and have permanent weight loss. I mean, that's what you wanted too. So
yeah.
what did you do? How did you break that barrier?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I trusted my intuition, and I trusted my knowing. It was my intuition that there was something very different about your work. And then when we, did the first initial consultation call to kind of see, where I was at and which one of your programs was going to work best for me, you presented yourself in such an amazing way of that, yes, um, I was going to get what I wanted for my body size and my health, but that you knew that it was going to take some deep work. And I knew that I could trust you. And I knew that not all of it was going to be easy, but I knew you were going to link arms with me, and that you were going to walk through this journey with me, and that you were going to be there with me and for me, and that you were going to be cheering me on. And so I knew I didn't need to do this alone anymore. So, you've asked me some really great questions, Cynthia, and I would like to turn the tables a little bit, and ask you.
I gotta
Well, a little bit.
talk. That wasn't the deal.
Oh. What draws you to work with people like me? What draws you to meet people in this space?
Because I've been there for 15 very struggle-filled, angry, depressed years. That's why. I never thought in 1,000 years that I would be a professional nutrition, eating psychology practitioner. And it happened because of my own struggle, which really started, I mean, I can remember back the age of like 14, becoming very body conscious and starting to gain weight and binge eating, which ended up lasting all through my 20s. I was a professional dancer, and being 40 pounds overweight doesn't go very well when you're trying to have a dance career. And
Yeah.
I was just in food jail hell for a very, very long time. A constant fight with food, a constant fight with my body, constant fight with my weight. I struggled for so long. And when I finally started to do the deeper work of what I teach now, but when I finally started to do that then, I figured it out on my own. Like, I didn't have a ton of support to get me there. I had to do a lot of trial and error, but what happened was I got to this point where I hit rock bottom and I said, okay, what I'm doing is not working. Finding another diet is not working. Putting the charts all over my house with the calories and the carbs and the fats and counting every little bite that went in my mouth is not working. So there's got to be a better way. And that better way was back to the deeper stuff that I didn't want to do and that most people don't want to do, which is really looking at my beliefs, looking at my belief systems, really looking at my emotions and emotional processing, looking at my beliefs about food. What am I actually believing about food to be true, of its nutritional power, of how it's going to hurt me or help me? That's true. What's not true? You know, I just had to start peeling back the layers and doing a lot of personal work to get to the place of understanding what was really driving my eating behaviors. Because this is not about the food, right? You've heard me say this all the time. It's not about the food. It's never about the food. The food is neutral. It's only about our relationship to the food and how we work with what we have, whether it's something unhealthy like a donut or it's a piece of broccoli. What matters is our relationship to it, how we approach it, how we think about it, how we eat, how we actually eat, how we treat ourselves after we eat. It's our eating behaviors. And it wasn't until I focused on those eating behaviors for myself, of what was really driving those eating behaviors, that anything changed.
Yeah.
And so that big shift was, oh, let go of the food, let go of the food. It was so hard to do that. It was so hard to try to let go of control of the food and just come back to me. But I did that. And I have now lived, I don't know, 10, 12 years with no food struggle, no weight struggles. Like, it's over. I just live my life. I love food. You know, you've seen me eat. I love food, right?
I have seen you eat, yes.
I always wear my food when I leave a meal, which everyone laughs at me for. So, in answer to your question, it is that. It is my own personal journey of learning what truly worked to come out of the struggle that then really inspired me. Oh my God, people need to know this. I need to teach this. I need
Yeah,
to help other people through this.
yeah,
And then after that happened, that actually led me into the professional quest of it of, okay, now I need to get trained a little bit more. And then I started my journey in, different coaching programs and holistic nutrition programs, and I'm certified eating psychology counselor. So it kind of blew up from there.
yeah. Well, and I mean, truly, you are the whole package. And, we are so grateful. I mean, we're so grateful that you got to go through all of that to be able to put all of this together. And I know that myself, the people you've already worked with, Cynthia, and, the thousands of people that you are going to continue to work with in your lifetime are all going to just be so grateful for your wisdom, your knowledge, and your heart.
Mm. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
let me flip it back on you now, because I think it would be great for people to hear some concrete results of where you are now. We heard a little bit about where you started.
Yeah.
Where are things now after going through this program and doing the work? Because that's what I love about you, and what was so amazing working with you is you show up. It was hard sometimes, right? It's not always easy. But
No.
you showed up, and maybe you could just talk a little bit about some tangible results you're experiencing now. And when I say results, it can be physical with the body, with the weight and the health, and it can be emotional, mental, that are very tangible results for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember one of my biggest aha moments, and I think it was in our second session. My resistance, because I was trying so hard to just eat the healthy foods. So there was this huge, area of food that I was making wrong. I just love food. I mean, it's fun. I
If I'm hearing you right, you love food with no fear.
Yes, yes, yes. I love food with no fear. That is so perfect. Because, I mean, are there, I was at my favorite coffee shop yesterday and I got this little bar. It was called the Magic Bar, and it's got some coconut and some chocolate chips. And I didn't have to look at it and go, "Oh, geez, I don't know if I should do that." I mean, it was so beautiful to be able to get it. I didn't eat the whole thing because I didn't want it, but I didn't do that because I didn't have to. And there's so much peace and freedom around that. And, I'm also finding recipes and having so much fun making food with different ingredients that I'd never used before. And it's been contagious with my family and with my children. There's definitely this rippling effect of it. So that is first and foremost what has changed for me so much. I don't judge myself around food.
Mm, that's the biggest
And
gift.
it is the biggest gift.
Because what's the worst kind of food we can eat? Guilty
Guilty food.
food.
Also, just so excited to say too that yes, when I started working with you, I was at my near my heaviest weight. Even with my pregnancies from the past, and I am about 30 pounds down, and it feels incredible. It's been, I'm putting on clothes that I thought about getting rid of, but I knew I didn't really want to because I really loved them. And now I'm putting them on and they fit and there's extra room. And that is, obviously so exciting for me as well.
I'm so glad to hear that. And again, the best part that warms my heart about this whole thing is that you're not in fear every day that you're going to gain all the weight back and therefore doing crazy diet strategies to keep yourself there.
Well, that's exactly it, because the only thing, Cynthia, that I'm having to maintain is this amazing relationship with myself, which then goes into food and exercise and all of the things that just feel so good to naturally do for myself. I'm not having to continue to purchase, certain food or powders or pills, or, do a certain exercise regimen, a certain amount of days a week, or, I'm just naturally, some weeks I do yoga, sometimes I walk, sometimes I do cardio, but I just kind of naturally feel into what feels best. And that's something that you helped me with as well. It didn't have to be so strict and regimented, because that feels like jail. And
Food.
who wants to be in jail?
Yeah, it is.
And I just want to add this. No matter where you are in your journey, no matter how old you are, whether you're male or female, whether you're overweight, underweight, if you have health issues, whatever your struggle is, Cynthia's work is powerful, and it can meet you right where you're at. If you're ready to stop patching these areas of your life up, if you're ready to knock down the wall, if you're ready to show up, and if you're ready to dig deep and transform these areas permanently for the rest of your life, so that you can live in true peace and freedom around food and your body image and your health, it's time to reach out to Cynthia Stadd.
Thank you, Wendy. I trust that the people on their journey at the right time do find me. And that's how I've operated my private practice for 15 years. I'm here. When you're ready, come.
Yeah. If you even feel a little bit of a draw to this, follow that. Reach out to Cynthia, through her email, through her phone number, because doing that doesn't tie you into anything, but it's going to get you some more information. You owe it to yourself to at least pursue this a little bit, if this interests you at all.
Yeah, so for anyone that is enjoying this conversation and feels like you might want to explore if working together could be right for you, no matter where you are in your journey, as Wendy said, it's really easy. I do not take your credit card, and it does not cost $1 million. So all you have to do is contact me either through email or phone, and we'll set up a time to chat so I can hear more about you. Who are you? What's going on? What's even drawing you to want to contact me? I will listen to that, and then on that conversation, we'll talk more about what are the options. Is it private counseling? Is it a certain program that I have? I also have an online course that might be right for you. Or maybe it's a different type of practitioner after I hear you. So I'd be happy to help and have that conversation with you. Real easy to get that started. Just email me or call me. My email is contact@cynthiastadd.com, CYNTHIASTADD.com. And our business phone is 720-263-1105. Give us a call. We'll definitely get back to you really fast, and we'll set up a time to chat. It's as easy as that. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Cynthia.